here we go. The video a lot of you have probably been anticipating for. What the hell did I think about Nintendo's E3? Before I really get into what I thought about E3 as a whole, I may as well just go over some of the games they showed off. I didn't really watch the entire live stream. I just watched some of day one to live stream. I didn't watch day two. I just watched the recap of it. And I'm just going to go over the games I saw, and I'm not going to go over every single one, probably not. So, first off, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Looks interesting, I guess. I mean, they spent a little too long on it, though, I think, because I remember seeing in the chat on the side, I didn't see the live stream on Nintendo's official channel, I saw it on GameSpot's channel. I saw in the chat on the side, everyone was complaining that, it was getting boring, that they wanted Zelda, and stuff like that, but, yeah, they spent a little too long in the game, but what did I think of it? Looks decent, I guess. I mean, it's never a huge Pokemon fan, but I might give the game a shot if I ever find my damn 3DS. Yeah, I lost my 3DS like 2 weeks ago. I mean, I have no clue where the damn thing is. Whatever, I'm terrible at taking care of my things. They also showed a bunch of eShop games too, which none of them really looked that interesting. Well, actually, I take that back because there's one game that I was actually pretty interested in, and that game was called Axiom Verge. Now, I don't know if they gave a release date for the game. I mean, they probably said it in the stream, I don't know. But the trailer didn't even say coming soon or saying this summer, this fall. I really hope it comes out during the summer. That'll just absolutely make my summer because I never do anything for my summer. So, yeah, really looking forward to that game. All the other eShop games I don't care for. And there was also a new Paper Mario game shown. Paper Mario Color Splash. No. I do not want anything to do with this game. It's if you haven't seen the trailers, it's nothing like how Paper Mario really is. It's not an RPG, it's just a platformer. So think of just New Super Mario Bros., but they're in paper form. That's pretty much what it is. It's just a normal platformer, which wasn't what made the Paper Mario games great. Nintendo. It's not. It's not a platformer. It's an RPG. It's supposed to be an RPG. That's how everyone likes it. How everyone remembers it. So Nintendo, why change the formula when the formula was never broken to begin with? It just makes no sense. There's also Tokyo Mirage Sessions and Crossfire Emblem. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that game, but then again, I don't want to buy it because I don't want to support censorship. So yeah. What else was there? A bunch of other stuff I'm not really so much into. I might get into the big one soon. Yeah, a bunch of other stuff I don't care for. I'm looking at my iPad to see if I missed anything. But those were the games that caught my eye. Those are the ones I just kind of paid attention to. There was also Dragon Quest. It's alright, I guess. I mean, Yokai Watch 2, fine. Oh yeah, Mario Party Star Rush. I played Mario Party 10 on my Wii U. I got it for Easter. I mean, I got it as a gift around Easter, and I was like, okay, I'll try it out, and the game was garbage. I was never really into the Mario Party series, in all honesty. It never really, older Mario Party games I really liked. I have Mario Party DS for my, of course, DS, but, I also have a Mario Party game on the GameCube. I forgot what number it was, but yeah, those were alright, but as a whole, Mario Party never really interested me. I'm sorry if I offended anyone, but yeah, if you were offended, just, I don't care. I guess there's really nothing else to talk about, so I may as well talk about what everyone wants to hear my opinion on. Zelda. Breath of the Wild is going to be called, if you're living under a rock and you didn't know what the name was by now. But, yeah, this game looks like it's going to be really good. Is it going to be another masterpiece? I don't know, because I haven't really seen much of it to really form an opinion to say, oh god, this is going to be the next Ocarina of Time, or it's going to be way better than Ocarina of Time, because, let's face it, Ocarina of Time was flawless. But, anyways, in all seriousness, I don't know. This game looks pretty good. I mean, I like that it's going to be an open world, and not really much is known about the story. I mean, it feels like a game where, the story, you really have to look around and stuff like that. I mean, you really have to explore, and, it's I like that it's an open world game. That's what That's what a lot of Zelda games should have had. Open world. So yeah, this game looks really good. In all honesty, I also noticed that Link can actually jump whenever now. There's a jump button, so I guess that's cool. I guess. But also, what kind of caught me off guard when they first unveiled the game, there was this voice, and it said, "Wake up, Link. Open your eyes, Link." And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, was that a voice in a Zelda game?" I mean, at first I was like, "Oh no, did they really make all the characters talk?" But then Link went up and talked to this old guy who was sitting in a field or something, and the guy's dialogue was in text, and I was like, "Oh, thank God." I guess only the helper is gonna be voice acted. I don't think any major characters like Link or Zelda is gonna be talking. Well, Link didn't actually talk in the demo, so yeah. Hopefully, this is gonna be a really good game. Hopefully, we'll see a lot more of it. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy this game because come on, what kind of Nintendo fan wouldn't buy this game, really? But I have it doesn't it feels very different from a lot of other Zelda games though. It's really quiet. You don't really get the sense of a big epic adventure. I mean, you don't get the usually cheery and heroic music in the background. No, you just get sounds of the environment and all that. And I guess it's a nice change for Zelda. It sounds like it's probably going to be a little more of a darker game than a lot of the other games in the franchise, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm all for a darker Zelda game. But I kind of had a theory with this game. Since it kind of looks like Wind Waker, it has that cel-shaded style to it. Maybe this game takes place either before or after Wind Waker. I kind of thought about that. Since, in Wind Waker you go under the sea, Hyrule is all in ruins, and it looks like that in this game, except it's not all flooded. So maybe this is before or after the flood happened? I don't know. That's just my theory. So yeah, those are just the games I wanted to talk about. I didn't talk about all of them, of course, because a lot of them I just didn't care for. So yeah, Breath of the Wild seems like it's going to be a pretty good game. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a masterpiece yet, because one, that requires me seeing more details of the game, and two, that requires me actually playing it. So yeah, there's nothing really much else to go through, I guess. All right, so. I'd hate to end this off on a bad note, but I feel like I should really bring this up. Nintendo, your E3 was kind of lacking, your E3 was kind of boring, and you've kind of focused on some games a little too much, and it just shows that you really need to get more third-party support, Nintendo. You can't just rely on your first-party games, because obviously that's not going to help you. Look at the Wii U. Look at how bad the Wii U is doing. I mean, you have to pretty much bring out a Band-Aid console to at least try to get some of the hardcore gamers back on your side again, because Nintendo, I mean, you really got to step up your game. I mean, E3 was definitely a step up from last year's. Last year's E3 was abysmal, but this E3 there was a severe lack of games, and you spent way too much time on some games. And, your E3 was just kind of boring, so that's really what I think about Nintendo's E3. It was just boring. They spent way too much time on some games. And Nintendo, hopefully the NX does bring a lot of third-party developers to get some third-party must-haves, because it's what you really need, Nintendo. You need a console that is going to be a big success, which I don't know if I'll buy the NX, since it's been said that it's not going to be a successor to the Wii U. Which a lot of people some people got pissed off at me for talking about that in a video of mine before, which they said, Kimishima's just saying that people will still buy Wii U's. You know how many people would just lose trust in Nintendo if it was like that, if they just flat out lied to their consumers that the NX wouldn't be a successor. You know how much trust they would lose? Look at Sega. Look at how many times they said that the console they're bringing out isn't really gonna replace their current console, and look, everyone lost trust in them. They almost went bankrupt. So yeah, please stop trying to say, this is just Nintendo trying to keep people buying Wii U's, because it's just an absolutely retarded thing to think about. But anyways, hopefully this I guess upgraded Wii U, which I know it's not going to have anything to do with the Wii brand, so I think it's going to be probably slightly more powerful, but hopefully this does bring in a lot of a lot of people buying it, and the more hardcore gamers, I guess, the people who think Nintendo's a little kitty, and more third-party developers, because Nintendo, your consoles need more variety. It needs more than just your first-party exclusive, because your first-party exclusive, of course, they're great, but you do need that third-party support to have your console afloat, because there are a lot of third-party must-haves. You need to stop thinking you're too good for that, because you're not Nintendo. You need that support. You really do. I mean, Nintendo, please stop being stubborn. Please stop being like this, because it's just going to blow up in your face if the NX ends up flopping again. And the NX flops, and if the NX flops, just like the Wii U did, then you're in some deep trouble, and I don't think you're going to be making another console after this. So, yeah, again, hate to end this on such a negative note, but I think it needs to really be addressed. But also, Nintendo, you should have brought out some information on the NX during the during your E3 show. That would have really gotten people excited. Okay, I know that a lot of people are saying, "Oh, the NX isn't ready yet. They shouldn't bring out any details." I'm not saying like big details about the console. It just at least gives somewhat of an overview of the console. Just say like what I guess the specs are. I mean, not going too much into detail on that, but you don't have to unveil the controller, the actual console, or any of that. Just give us an overview on this console, like what it's gonna do, how powerful it is, and just stuff like that. You don't even need to talk about what games are gonna come out for it, because I understand like a lot of games aren't ready yet to be unveiled. So yeah, but Nintendo, you should have at least gave us some details on the NX, because that is what everyone is anticipating. We don't even know much about this console. We just know it's going to come in March 2017. Well, everything else is just speculation. At least confirm some stuff about this console, Nintendo. I mean, we're tired of waiting, really. So, anyways, yeah, that's what I thought about Nintendo's E3. It was a bust for the most part. I mean, a lot of games and a lot of people don't care for, aside from Zelda. And, it was just boring. They should have talked about they should have talked a little about the NX and, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.